Alright, hey there YouTube. I'm here with my next installment about my newest idea of what is going on in the world. So many of you are probably wondering what is actually on my mind, and that actually has to do with this thing that I have observed from what Google has posted about what you think is going to kill you and what is actually going to kill you. Okay, so this is the first slide that I have pulled up. This says basically which cases do we worry about that are basically going to cause our death first. So, and it goes from 0 all the way up to 100%, in regards to what people have searched. So we have, I'll start at the bottom and I'll work up. Terrorism is kind of rated low. Homicide, relatively low. Suicide's pretty big. Pneumonia and influenza, it's where it's at. Diabetes, it's almost as big as suicide. Alzheimer's kind of slow. Stroke is small. Car accidents is fairly large. I can respect that. And cancer is very high, and heart disease is pretty low. So that's what we personally feel like we worry about according to data research. So I will pull up the next slide that is going to show what the media thinks that we worry about. So here we are. Okay, so like I said, I was going to pull up the next slide. This is basically what the media has created in showing us what we are most afraid of for our deaths. And so starting from the bottom, we have terrorism, which is basically bigger than the rest of our chart. And then we move on to homicide as basically the second biggest, which third to that would be cancer. Fourth to the size of cancer is suicide, and stroke would be next. And then it goes from pneumonia and influenza, diabetes and heart disease as the next things that we're most fearful of dying from. So that's what the media has us concentrated on, but the next slide that I'm going to show you is going to be pretty strong because what you're looking at is not realistic at all for what we're supposed to be thinking is going to happen to us. So I'm going to pull up this next slide right now and you will see. So here you have it, the slide that is supposedly showing us what we're actually most prone to dying from. And so you can see at the very bottom where terrorism was at its biggest percentage is literally non-existent. The next one was homicide. Homicide's not even on this chart. We have suicide at the next smallest level. And then after that, what we don't realize is that all of these things that are at our highest risk for us dying are things that probably a lot of us are not even considering, but it goes up. It goes from kidney disease, pneumonia and influenza, diabetes, Alzheimer's, stroke, car accidents, lower respiratory disease, cancer, and heart disease, which basically mirror each other in size. Only heart disease slightly larger. And the real fact is, for heart disease, there's a lot of things that you can actually control with heart disease, but that's my opinion. Saying that, there's some things that, you can't control completely with heart disease. But this is a very good chart for publication purposes, and that I think a lot of people need to probably pay attention to and give a lot of consideration to. So if you can see this, please pull it in and tell your friends. All the stuff that we think we know and hear about, it's not always true, and the things that we just don't pay attention to, for literally, for instance, our hearts specifically, that needs to be paid attention to, because that's something that somewhat we can control. We can't control all of this other stuff. So alright, that's me. Alright, so that's me on my rant on what is statistically going to kill you versus what media is telling you is going to statistically kill you, and what you think is going to statistically kill you. So it really actually is not any of more than likely what you think it is. It's the things that you don't really take care of, and probably more than more than likely take for granted. So there you go. There's me on my final portion of this rant. You can like, subscribe, share. This is David Sherwin's life coaching YouTube video now. So, alright, thanks, bye.